This is the new 2024 Volkswagen Tiguan Life, and in this video I'll tell you everything you need to know about it and how it compares with the 2023 model we reviewed a year ago. This is a 2-litre TDI with 150 horsepower and 360 Nm of torque, just like the model of the 2023 version. It drives the front wheels only via a 7-speed automatic gearbox. It weighs nearly 2.2 tonnes and does 0 to 60 in 9.4 seconds, which is the same as before. The front of the car has received a sleeker facelift, with the grille moved below the badge instead of it being across the badge in the middle. The LED headlights, same as before, but now they've moved across the middle and have a wide strip to give it a nicer and sleeker look. The rear of the car has received huge changes, including the light, which is now across and is now LED, which has replaced the bulbs. It is also like the 7 Series of BMW and the A8 of Audi. Moving on to the boot, you just click under here and it moves up automatically. The boot has 652 litres, which is 132 litres more than before. There is no spare wheel, just like before. There is now the closing button up here to press when you want to close the boot, which wasn't included in the model last year. And if you want, you can pull down on this and it will automatically close for you. Inside the boot there is now a pocket up here, which wasn't included in the model last year. Right above the pocket you have a button here. If you pull it, the seats will go down, same as on the other side. There's a 12V socket over here, LED lights here to give you some lighting, and now there are hooks for your shopping on both sides. This is the 5-seater version, it's not the 7-seater, so there is much more capacity in the boot. When closing the boot, you'll be able to see there's a rear view camera, which wasn't included in the car before. Moving on to the side of the car, as you can see there's a dent there which stops at the handle and doesn't continue across. In the previous model there was a dent continuing all across the side. Now it gives it a more simple look. The wheels, they start at 18 inches and you have the option to upgrade to 19 or 20 inches also. There's a big gap above the wheels, giving a nice arch and a simple look across. Moving on to the inside and the rear seats. I'm 187 centimeters tall, so I have loads of headroom here, as you can see, and loads of knee room for the adjusted driver's position. The seats, just leather on the sides and on the headrest. Before we used to have leather in the middle here, so they've cut down on the leather usage. In the middle, leather all across. You pull this out for the armrest. There are no cups here as there used to be. You pull out here and you could pop these out to place 2 cups. In the middle you have your normal climate control, no back heated seats, and now you have 2 USB type C's, which we didn't have before. We have 2 pockets here to put your phone in, and you have a big pocket here as well. Here we have a pocket, you can put anything in here you want, and you have this which you can use to pull, and you can adjust the back adjustment for the seat. You can also adjust your seat from down here, backwards and forwards. Moving on to the doors, okay. You have plastic here, plastic all across here, leather here, leather here. You have electric windows moving up and down. You have a new design for the handle. There's more open feel. New design here, new feel as well. There's a pocket here with a new carpet material to not make as much noise. Moving on to the fuel cap, it has AdBlue, which reduces the road tax to €270 a year. You can see here there is plastic all across here, which gives it more of an SUV look and protects the paint from any stones, mud and any other debris from damaging the car. Moving into the front, the door card has changed quite a bit. You have plastic here, leather up here, leather here as well, plastic all down here, and you have the sound system here and here. You have a button to open the boot here, and you have electric windows here. Our handle has changed, it has a more open and free look, and the lock and unlock button is now above the handle rather than on the left here. Here There used to be a dial for the different light modes, and now you have 3 different buttons. There's a small little pocket here, just as before. Moving on to here, we have manual seating, not electric. That's extra. Here we have different lumbar support modes, and this button here in the middle is fake, but if you want massage seats, that's extra. Moving on into the interior in the front, the steering wheel has no changes. There's a button here for a heated steering wheel, but that's extra. There's now a dashboard display main screen here. Before it was analog and not digital. There's the gear selector here. You change the gears by pulling it back and forward like that. It's now changed in the middle. It's a very minimalistic and simple look. A volume button here. If you driving modes, which shows up on the big screen, which is 32.9 centimeters. You start the engine by keyless start. You press on the brake and you press on this button here. There's also new design for the vents, and the new dashboard has a different design and different feel. There's leather all across here and leather all across up here. There's a speaker here which has replaced the old compartment, which had a little extra space to put something in. You have your glasses or napkin compartment up here, which is the same as before. There's also sensors here, which you can press for the new LED lights, which also shows up in the back. You can press this button here, which can turn on both at the same time. There's now a wireless charging station underneath here with 2 USB Type-Cs. If you place your phone there, after a few seconds it will start to charge. You have 2 compartments here for it, so you can charge 2 phones at once. Moving on to the center infotainment system, you can see it's a very wide screen, 12.9 inches. You can see all your different driving modes up here and your different driving assist settings. You can go back by pressing these 8 squares up here. You have navigation, which you can move around. It's touchscreen. You have your radio, and you have different light settings, which shows up also over here, and also on your driving display here. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as you can see, and you have no heated seats. That is extra. The climate you access by going down here, and you can see all your different visual settings here. You can press the different buttons and you can see what each of them does if you take them away. Everything is done by screen. There are no buttons, which makes everything a bit harder to access. As you can see here, there are your different climate control set buttons, but that's it. There's no other buttons to access anything else. Everything is done through the screen, which can be a bit difficult while driving. Moving on to the passenger seat, it has Isofix here, which not many cars have. The glove box, pretty similar to before. I think it is a bit bigger. There's no refrigerating system in there, which is not very useful. The passenger seat has the same controls and same settings as the driver's seat. To close the car, keyless, you just press this and it will close, the mirrors will fold. And to open it, you do the exact same thing. The mirrors will open and there will be a projector showing the new Volkswagen logo. The key, it's very simple, very minimalistic design, gloss black finish, the same as the Skoda Kodiaq and the Skoda Octavia. The car's consumption is 6.6 litres per 100 kilometers, which is very economic, and you can see there's the map in the background, which it also displays on the main screen.
The car is very easy to drive. The steering wheel feel is very smooth. I like the finish, and now we're gonna go on the motorway, check the road noise and how the car handles full throttle acceleration. 2-liter engine goes very well on the motorway. You feel you have the power, easy to get to 120. To mention, we have the lane assist. The car is able to keep the lane itself also has the adaptive cruise control. You can set the speed that you want to drive, and the car is going to keep the lane and the distance from the vehicle in front. To mention, if you look over there on the mirror of the passenger, you have a dark area. That's the blind spot monitoring. So when you're going to drive on the motorway, if you have a car in your blind spot, it's going to go yellow. Total kilometers with this car is 12,000 kilometers since new. The car is absolutely amazing. I like the maps and the screens. The blind spot is now yellow, so now it indicates we're passing that van. Unfortunately, in Ireland it's very rainy today, but no problem. We have the automatic wipers, and the rain sensor is over here. It's gonna detect automatically. To activate your rear wipers, you have a new button here. You just have to press it, and it will trigger the rear wiper. We are cruising now at 120 kilometers an hour. The road noise, it's minimum. There's a bit of wind. You can feel a bit the wind coming from the left-hand side. You can feel it in the steering wheel, but other than that, mirrors are big. You have a big visibility, and the car drives nice and well. Another cool feature of this new Volkswagen Tiguan is that it has the park assist option. So you can choose the way you want to park your car, front, reverse, or sidewards. Once you selected the way you want to park, it's gonna start the parking. Reverse camera is now activated, and the car controls the parking, controls the steering wheel, the brake, acceleration, everything. So you don't have to worry about, if you're a learner driver and you're still learning how to park, the car can do it for you. That's cool. I hope it parks straight. Alright, your vehicle is now parked. Our review for the new 2025 Tiguan has now ended. The price for the new Tiguan varies between 49,000 euro and 75,000, depending how you're going to spec it. The model that we have here, it's equipped as Life, and is going to cost roughly 51,000 euro. My opinion for the car, I like it, drives very nice, there's no noise inside, has some cool features. I would spec it a bit more, heated seats at least, and a winter package, better wheels, but you know, it is what it is, everyone with his own budget. Thank you for watching, and more videos like this will come in the future. Don't forget to subscribe.